So what's up, everybody? I have the pleasure today to be with Live with Anita. She is from Jamaica, but she is currently residing in Toronto, Canada. She's a kinesiologist, a holistic nutritionist, and a fitness trainer. And she is also the CEO of Live. So thank you so much for being with me here today.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate your time. So it's been nice, we've kind of been catching up off the record and just talking, and it's crazy how, we were just talking about the different, like different backgrounds of people, and we all come from the same place originally, but we have so many different cultures across the world, and we break off into so many different like sub pockets of where we are. And even being in Canada and being in America, I think it's like a 5-hour drive to Canada from where I am, but it's such a difference of culture just in that small, you know what I mean? Because I could probably get in my car and drive 5 hours to like Virginia, and it's not that big of a culture shock. But if I go 5 hours to Toronto, it's like you're in a whole different world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you get into working with fitness, working with nutrition? What in your life kind of led you to want to take that path?
Fitness and nutrition. Okay, so fitness, I always tell people, is like my magic drug. I discovered it when I was in high school. I wasn't necessarily fit when I was younger, didn't like gym, didn't like doing all those exercises. But in high school, I started working out as a part of something called a co-op program. And I found that I got a lot of self-confidence. My body started to change. And the lessons that I learned in regards to working out, consistency, pushing beyond your limits, challenging yourself each time, were lessons that helped me to move forward in all the other areas of my life, in business and, schooling and all that kind of stuff. So exercising has always been my magic pill. And whenever I need to do anything, or ever I need to be my personal best, I know that that's what I need to maintain and do in order to be my personal best. And nutrition really is the key to life. There's a quote that says, let thy food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. And that is basically what it is. I found when I was younger, I'm from Jamaica. When I was younger, we moved to Canada. My mom's a single mom. I was home a lot, by myself, and I would be making chicken fingers and like fast food stuff and eating all these things. And I developed some health issues, nothing major. But I realized at a very young age that what I was eating, what I was putting in my body was really affecting me. And so I kind of went on a mission trying to learn how to be healthy. And then I discovered that pretty much every major illness or ailment that we have, whether it's diabetes, whether it's heart disease, whether it's cancer to some effect, whether it's arthritis, inflammation, being overweight, all of that's related to what you're eating and whether you're moving or not. So I got this passion to help people to understand that their lifestyle can make a massive impact on their health and how they feel about themselves and how happy they are on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, and like you said, it's like your food is your medicine.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like, before you even get a physical ailment, or before you even get, if you're eating unhealthy, you're going to be unhealthy. It's all about what you put into your body is what you're going to get out of your body.
Yeah, you can't out exercise a bad diet, and not even a diet. You can't out exercise poor eating. Like I used to eat like fish and chips or whatever I wanted to, and then work out just so I could eat whatever it was I wanted to eat. Right.
So it's like you need a whole lifestyle change. It's got to be that your lifestyle and working out are working in unison. You can't, go eat garbage and then work out, and it's almost.
I mean, you can.
Right. Yeah.
It does help. Like if you eat bad and you sit down and do nothing, that's worse than eating bad and working out. So it's better for you to try to work out. But the thing is, if you're eating bad, your body's not healthy. You have inflammation, your joints hurt, you're malnourished if you're not eating well. And then you have this body that's not healthy and not happy. And then you go and try to run or lift weights or do this thing that's even more taxing or challenging to it. So you're actually not making yourself healthier, even though you're moving and burning calories. So for me right now, where live in vitality every day comes from is like, I actually want to feel healthy and be vibrant and feel
Right.
well on a day-to-day basis. And that doesn't happen if I'm eating garbage all the time, even if I'm exercising. Because I've for years, I've exercised and ate bad, but I wasn't healthy. I always felt like I wasn't optimal. I wasn't mentally clear. I would
Mhm.
wake up tired still. Like you'd sleep for 8 hours if I was lucky enough to do that, and you still wake up tired. And
Yep.
that doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't. And I think like we were talking earlier about like kind of like the pace of life can be different in
Mhm.
depending on what city you're in, what culture you're in. And you might be in a city where it's always go, 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 go all the time. So trying to, make space to eat healthy is harder or it's more expensive. But I know in my personal life, you know, I can tell when I've haven't been eating right because I know my body feels sluggish. Or
Mhm.
like you said, I wake up in the morning time, I'm still tired.
And that's not normal. You're not supposed to be tired, especially after you just slept. Or if you ate, you're not really supposed to be craving food after you finish eating. Those are all
Right.
kind of signs that things aren't like optimal. And like honestly, like I don't know if you slowed down during this COVID time. I'm assuming things have
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
and I think it's given people a big opportunity to be just to actually say, oh my gosh, like I was grinding before. Like I think back to before COVID, like how I was getting up at 5:45 and training and doing
Yeah.
all till 8 o'clock in the night, getting up the next morning, doing the same thing. And you don't have time for food. You'll drive and you pick up food and
Right.
you just do what you got to do. But that affects your health. And I think if you're home now and you find you've taken the time to actually, make a meal or, be aware of where you are now versus where you were then, you can see how your health can be affected by not taking the time to actually invest in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said, it's not just for, it's for the way that you feel. It's for your body. It's
How
for
you
your own
feel.
quality of life. I know
Yeah.
some people be trying to, look the best they can, and you do want to look the best you can, but it's not
Yeah.
for a visual looking, it's for your actual health of how you feel.
I used to compete and I was a holistic nutritionist when I was competing. So I actually learned how to do it the healthy way. But competing is one of those things where you are like, you're the leanest, you're the best. But some of the things you can do in order to look that way aren't the healthiest. Like
Oh,
some
you
of the
mean
people
compete
that are
like
most
do the
healthy.
like
Huh?
the competitions with like
Yeah.
models and like who's the most
Yeah. And
stuff?
you're like lean and you look all proportional, but you're just like dehydrated and you're like freaking like no carbs for however long and you're working out like 3 hours a day. It's not
Dang,
realistic.
because then how do you judge somebody on their body? That's a crazy concept to me to
Yeah.
have a competition where you judge
Yeah.
somebody on their body because everybody's body is different.
It
How do
was
you look
so
at
eye-opening.
yeah, how
It's
do
like
you look at
you
somebody
all look fantastic.
you're wrong, your proportion wrong? Like how you gonna tell me I'm proportionate?
I'll tell you what I look like. I look good.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
But
what made you want to get into that?
it was a phase in life when I was like going through a transition and I'd always been interested in just seeing how fit I can get, how far I can get. And that was just the time I decided to just go fully and like, eat right, like perfect, not even right, just perfect and just see how far I could go. So it's kind of like a period of rebuilding myself up and like really challenging myself to like become a better version of myself, a stronger
Right.
version of myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
Yeah, it was
What's
cool.
up?
It was cool. So it's a good experience, but I agree. You can't really, everybody looks fantastic for the most part. So for me, it was the journey. It was the journey of learning about my body. It was the journey of learning what I was capable of. And it was the journey of really feeling like, oh my God, if I eat this, this is what happens. If I don't do this, this is what happens. Your body is so amazing how it can function. And the little things you do and the little things you don't do make a big difference.
Right.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like you're fueling your body. You're
100%.
putting the fuel in your body to go. If you put
Yeah.
in garbage, then that's how you're gonna feel. So
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
definitely I'm definitely feeling under pressure.
I don't feel under pressure.
Because I because I know I'll be stopping. I'm guilty. Like if I'm out and I'm running around, I'm like, man,
Yeah.
let me just stop at this McDonald's real quick, get myself a
Yeah, but
McChicken,
it's easy.
keep
That's
it
the thing. It's
moving.
so easy.
'Cause it's so easy. But then I always feel like if I eat fast food or like I know I eat garbage, I always feel like 2 to 3 hours later, I just feel like, why did I do that? Like,
Yeah.
it's
You
terrible.
know what I tell people? Because it's like, even one of the groups that I'm training now, it's like sometimes it's about what you do versus what you don't do. So
Mhm.
um, for our community and for any community, really, it's like, if you're on the road a lot, get like a big 2 liter bottle of water and just have that with you, so you're getting enough water on a day-to-day basis. If you no matter if you go eating out, try to get 8 to 10 servings of vegetables a day if you can. Even if you're going to go to a fast food, these places have salads, they have different things. um, and it's the small things that you do that make a difference. So I'm from Jamaica, and one of the things that I've realized is that the different I train a lot of cultural people. So from different ethnicity, people have their traditions of what they would typically eat. And it's like, when you're training and try to make that transition, it's hard to change what you grew up eating, what grandma makes you, what mom makes you, what you're used to making. But a lot of the times it's not necessarily changing the food. Like, I love ackee and saltfish. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but I do. I love curry chicken and curry goat and
I
all these
love
kind
some
of
curry
things.
chicken.
But a lot of the things that we do now, like even in my household, we change the oils that we cook in. Instead of white rice, we might cook with brown rice. We change,
Mm.
instead of having like the skin on the meat, we have skinless. There's different changes that we make in order to still
Right,
get the
small
flavor.
things where you can still get the flavor that you want, but it's healthier.
Ethnic food, cultural foods, is actually healthy. Like the seasonings we use, like if you actually, like, cook it up,
Hmm.
the seasoning you use, the foods that you eat are actually healthy. Sometimes it's really just the oils we're putting it in or how we're making it. So small
Mm.
changes can make a big difference, and you can still eat the things you like just with small modifications.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a gem right
Even
there.
if you're doing your fried chicken, cook it in like coconut oil, or like change the batter, or
Mm.
what kind of stuff do you like to eat?
I eat fried chicken.
Oil, change the
She
oil.
always my girlfriend, she makes like jerk chicken a lot. I love
Yes.
seafood.
Your
I make
chicken's
shrimp,
healthy.
salmon.
Seafood's healthy. Salmon's healthy. Yeah, you do all the good stuff. Give me the bad
Yeah.
stuff. What's the stuff that's not making you fabulous as you want to be?
Uh, I got a sweet tooth, so I like cookies. I like
Okay.
myself some cookies.
You
Uh,
can make those at home and make them healthy.
yeah,
And make a big
I eat,
batch
I
and
eat
just like take them out when you want it.
like donuts a lot. That's probably the worst thing I eat, is like a lot of donuts and like pastries.
I got a confession. I love a good donut too.
Yeah, I live, so where I live in South Philly, I live a block from this really slamming bakery. So
Uh-huh.
like in my morning routine now, I wish I didn't live here, because it's like my morning routine. I'm like, let me just stop by the bakery,
Uh-huh.
of some donuts. But no, but yeah, no, we make a lot of like seafood. I love to try different recipes and
Mm-hmm.
like just try out different stuff. But yeah, we have like a lot of like curry, a lot of jerk chicken, a lot
You're
of,
eating good. All that's good. With
yeah.
all that stuff, it's more like what, like I keep saying, like the oil that you make it with. But like we were talking about, like diabetes, so learning how to eat is key. So this is a little tip for everybody. If you're eating sugar, so to say you have a sweet tooth, the
Mm,
problem with sugar is that it spikes something called insulin, right? And the spike of insulin, if you eat too much sugar, your body becomes resistant to it. So you don't take the sugar out of your blood and put it into your body. So you end up with too much sugar in your blood. So that's a problem, right? Are you
yes,
saying with me?
I'm following you. I'm following you. Yeah.
So the trick, or a trick, is to never eat sugar by itself or whatever. So if you were going to eat your donut, you would make sure you have it after a meal or something that has
Got you.
fat, like good fats, like
Mm,
avocados or nuts, protein, so your chicken, your shrimp, your salmon, whatever, all the stuff that you like to eat, your eggs, if you're eating it in the morning, whatever, or fiber.
got you. So
Right?
it's not necessarily about just don't have a donut. It's what you're eating it with.
And how you're eating it. Like, don't have it before you go to bed. But if you
Yeah.
have it in the morning, you have all day to burn it off, especially if you ate it
Right.
after something that's not gonna spike your insulin, which is the main issue.
Mm.
So that is a important tip. Never eat sugar by itself. Fats, um, fiber, and protein. If you eat it paired with that or after that, it will not spike your insulin as much.
Mm. That's a gem. That's a
Yes,
gem.
it is. Remember, you
So
heard
what so,
it.
with the people that you work with now and clients that you have, what would you say is either the most common problem or some of the common problems that you're helping people to work through and deal with when it comes to their own health?
Weight loss is what everyone comes in for. That's always the first and the main thing. But then there's a lot of like, joint pains, not sleeping, headaches. Um, those are like general things. Some people will come in with diabetes is a big one. Like even younger people now coming in with diabetes. But all of those are really lifestyle related. So I don't know if you saw it in the last thing that I did. I do something called a stress reduced fat loss program. So
Okay.
we assess the body based on where you're storing fat. So when you have like the love handles or you have that thing here, that's showing that your body, or if you have back fat, that's showing that your body is become insulin resistant, or as you're eating too much sugar, or the way that you're eating the sugar, like you're um, eating it too late, or you're having too many processed foods. The way you store fat on your body tells you um, what's happening in your health, right? So for most people, that is probably one of the biggest things. So some women, you have estrogen, and okay, maybe getting to whatever, but
Right.
there's a lot of things, and the majority of it is lifestyle related, and sugar is usually the number one culprit. Sugar, not only like the white sugar, but like just simple foods, processed foods. And as a culture, we're just so busy, we always go for convenience. But
Yeah.
if you plan ahead for foods to be convenient, so like if you cook, for instance, and you package your food up and you leave it in the freezer and you pull it out like it's a microwave dinner, but it's not a microwave dinner, you made it at
Right.
home, then
Right.
you're ahead of the game. If you you like cookies, you can find a healthy cookie recipe that has like high fiber, still tastes good. Make a bunch of them, and then when you want your cookie, just bring it out, pack it every day when you're going out for the day, and you're ahead of the game.
Right. It's just like from what I'm hearing, like I'm thinking like people just have to take the same like drive that they have to do other things, or
Mhm.
like the drive that they have to succeed at work, or the drive that they have like to win financially. You got to put that same energy and that same drive back into your own health. You
100%.
have to plan, you have to strategize, you
Yeah.
have to make sure that you're like ahead of the game and actually putting in that work with your own health.
That's the secret weapon, because when everybody else is tired and mentally foggy and can't think right, you can, right? When everyone else doesn't have the stamina to continue, you can, right? When you don't, so like like that is the secret. That is the secret um,
Yeah.
medicine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dang.
yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty much done with my questions. Is there
Are
anything
you?
you wanted to say or to speak on?
Well, I wanted to just come. First of all, thank you for having me on, and I just wanted to come on and just say that health and wellness is the foundation of everything. So like no matter how much money you get, no matter how much contracts or whatever that you opportunities you get, if you don't have your health, you don't really have anything. And at some point your body might just shut you down and you don't have a choice but to sit back and start taking care of yourself. So with our community and a lot of people, I don't necessarily know that the education is there behind how to eat right and how to move. And so I would say Google and learn as much as you can. If you want to reach out to me for any information, reach out to me. I have 2 Instagram accounts that does have, especially the Live in Vitality Everyday one, has information about eating well and how to live healthy day to day. So, touch base with me on there. Touch base with me if you have any questions. There's a lot of information. It's hard to cover it all in like 30 minutes.
So
But
what services do you offer for people that might not necessarily be in Canada? You still offer those services of like meal planning and like nutrition planning. You still offer those services to people regardless of where they are, right?
yeah, a lot of stuff is virtual now because of COVID, right? So I have virtual workouts that I do in the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evening. So it's like small group training, amazing, and it's to the music that we like to hear. So it's fun and it's in your home. And then I have a pretty massive nutrition, the Stress Reduced Fat Loss program, where I work with you week to week, and create protocols to help make you healthier with your nutrition, with your lifestyle habits, with supplements, and have some pretty major results from those programs. And then I do like stuff here, but those are the 2 virtual ones that I'm currently working with.
So thank you so much for being with me today. Everybody, you can follow Anita at Live with Anita or Live in Vitality every day. I'll put it down here so that you guys can see it. And thank you so much for being here with me
Thank
and
you.
taking the time to speak with me today. Thank you.